Today I'm gonna give you my update on the Grit Summer Distance project. 5.24 miles, 8 minutes, 51 seconds per mile, 137 beats per minute today, taking the ASICS Nova Blast out for a run, finishing out the Grit Summer Distance project by Believe in the Run. And a great way to finish and cap off the last 30 days of running. For those of you who don't know, the Summer Distance project is like, it's kind of like a virtual race, but it's a 30-day period of time. And you could pick any 30-day period with it starting last June 20th. I think the last time you can still sign up now even, but I think the last day is like August 22nd. So you could end as late as September 22nd to do it. I started on the first day. This run, the footage that you just saw was my last day of running to get in my goal, which I had set for 300 miles. Now you don't have to pick 300 miles in 30 days. That is a lot of running, but you could do 25, 50, 75, 150, 225, and 300. So different goals that you could set for yourself depending on how much you want to take on. I took on the max level because of course that's what I was going to try and do, but I did it. But I'm nowhere near the top in terms of mileage. Looking at the big leaderboard, it's just absolutely incredible what other kinds of mileage people have been able to put together. But I wanted to go over some of the stuff that I did. But before I do that, I do want to go over some disclosures. Those ASICS Nova Blast that you just saw, though it's a pair of shoes that was sent to me for the purpose of review by Roadrunner Sports. And then my entry to this Summer Distance project was comped by Believe in the Run. However, no one's paying me to make this video or to use a particular shoe or any shoe for that matter or any device. And no one's gonna get a chance to preview any of my thoughts or data or anything before you guys get a chance to see this video on YouTube. Although I guess people could have seen my data ahead of time because I've been posting updates to it as I've been going. But no one's gonna get a chance to tell me kind of like what to say. That's the whole point of that part of the disclosure, is that no one could say like, hey, can you massage that critique of XYZ so that it sounds nicer, or give me an explanation. Like I try to avoid that. That's the whole part. But because I did, on the note of the disclosures, because I did get a comped entry to this, which was valued at about like 50 bucks, I did decide to donate that equivalent amount to the event sponsor, which was the Donham Foundation. And something that I set out at the beginning was that as a personal thing that I was gonna do is I was gonna do $1 per mile and donate $1 for every mile I run in that 30-day period to Black Lives Matter. So here are the numbers that I've come to. I ran in that time 332 miles, so I'm gonna be making a $332 donation to Black Lives Matter. And it took me 47 hours to run that over the course of 29 running days. So I did have one rest day in there. Also, some other data, just to look at some of the numbers coming in, looking at polar flow, is that over the course of those 30 days and those 332.2 miles, I climbed 12,169 feet, which is a ton of altitude for me. Normally on a long run, in Chicago, I might get like 150 is a real big day. So like to do 12,000 feet over the course of that 29 days of running, or 30 days total, is quite a lot. Feel good about that. I burned over 32,000 calories, which is a lot of calories. And I could even take a look at some of my zones and time I spent in different zones. I profess to follow roughly an 80-20 approach, where 80% of my running is in like a low heart rate zone and 20 is at a very high intensity. But it turned out that over the course of these days, I spent 62% of my time in zones 1 and 2, and only 12% of my time in zones 4 and 5, which kind of makes sense because I'm not training for anything right now. So any speed work that I do is really just to test shoes. So 12% of my time has been in there, and a whopping 25% of my time has been in that gray zone, zone 3. Now I think one of the ways, so like if you look at it, I'm actually like a 60-12 kind of guy, or a 65-15 to put it generously. Oh, here's that dog. Oh, this is Lady. This is my mother-in-law's dog. She wanted to get in the video. Whenever my mother-in-law mows the lawn, Lady always gets to kind of mow the lawn with her. So All right, come on. Oh, you're such a big dog. You're so slobbery. You got my notes all wet. Ugh, and you're covered in grass. All right, so like 65-15 is kind of what I've been doing, but in my defense, kind of, hey, don't touch that. You're gonna knock over the camera. In my defense, a lot of the time has been tuning up for a 50K attempt I've got coming on. And I think my target heart rate for that 50K attempt is gonna be in zone 3 for me. So that's where a lot of that's coming from. So I'm feeling okay about that distribution in terms of my running. Let's also take a look at my sleep for that time as well. Okay, move over here. I can't see my notes. On average for that same period of time, I was falling asleep at about 10:52 p.m., which is a lot later than I normally go to bed. And then I was waking up at 5:11, which is a lot later than I normally wake up, averaging 6 hours and 19 minutes of sleep. Also drinking a lot more beers, which I haven't really tracked. But it's summertime, I'm drinking summer beers, and you know, we're cooking out, having grill outs here on the deck, and just spending a lot of family time, relaxing, so that's where that comes from. But it's been a really great 30 months. I had a really great time tracking my mileage, tracking other people's progress as well throughout the competition, and it's, whoa, don't knock the camera. And overall, it's just been a lot of fun. So that's my progress on the Grit Summer Distance Project. Let me know in the comments how your guys' progress is going. I'd love to hear about that as well, to see if you met your goals, exceeded your goals, or are trying to squeeze it in depending on, you know, when you started. Or if you have any questions about getting started, let me know. There's still plenty of time. I'll try to answer any of those questions as best I can. So that's all I have for today, everybody. Thanks so much for making it all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully the lawnmower noise and the dog weren't too big of distractions for today. But that's kind of what this summer is kind of about, making do with the situation, trying to like just have some fun, not worry too much about all those perfectionist type of details, and just have some fun. Hopefully you guys are staying safe out there on your runs, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Yo, what's going on?